Now, we have reached a major milestone in our COVID-19 journey. The overwhelming majority of our population is fully vaccinated, and nearly everyone eligible has received a booster shot. The Omicron wave has crested and is now subsiding. With many of us already exposed to the virus and recovered, our population has stronger immunity. Crucially, our healthcare system remains resilient. It was under considerable stress at the peak of the Omicron wave, but it held up. The load is still heavy, but the pressure is now easing. In judging how far and fast to ease restrictions, we are very mindful not to stress our healthcare workers and system to breaking point. We must not place an impossible burden on the healthcare workers and endanger many COVID and non-COVID patients who urgently need treatment. At the same time, we must weigh the cost of stringent SMMs on businesses and the economy, and their impact on children needing to learn, youths yearning to interact, families seeking to bond, and communities striving to connect. Taking all things into consideration, we believe that we are now ready to take a decisive step forward towards living with COVID-19. We will make the following changes to our SMMs. First, we will double the group size from the current 5 persons to 10 persons. Second, we will allow up to 75% of employees who can work from home to return to their workplaces. Third, we will increase the capacity limit for larger events and settings, those with more than 1,000 people, to 75%. Fourth, wearing masks outdoors will now be optional. This is because the risk of outdoor transmission is significantly lower, but indoors, masks will still be mandatory. Finally, we will maintain safe distancing requirements for now. 1 meter between groups where masks are off to minimize transmission in mask-off settings. These changes will come into effect next Tuesday, the 29th of March. Concurrently, we will ease up cross-border travel substantially. Earlier, we were cautious because of uncertainty over Omicron's impact. Now the Omicron situation is well under control. Nearly all our cases are domestic, originating within the community. Arrivals from abroad constitute only a very small proportion of cases. We can therefore safely open up our borders. We will drastically streamline testing and quarantine requirements for travelers. This simplified vaccination travel framework will let Singaporeans travel abroad more easily, almost like before COVID-19. It will also lift most restrictions for fully vaccinated visitors entering Singapore. This will reconnect Singapore with the world. It will give a much-needed boost to businesses, particularly the tourism sector. And it will help Singapore reclaim its position as a business and aviation hub. The MTF will provide the details. These domestic and cross-border changes represent a major step towards living with COVID-19. But they stop short of a complete opening up. We remain watchful because COVID-19 may yet bring further surprises. Some countries have taken a Freedom Day approach. They have declared the pandemic over, relaxed all restrictions at once. Now they are anxiously watching their infection and mortality numbers rising rapidly again. We are choosing to maintain our measured approach, which has served us well over the past 2 years. After this major step, we will wait a while to let the situation stabilize. If all goes well, we will ease up further. But we should also be psychologically prepared for more twists and turns ahead. With more interactions, we too may see another wave of cases. And Omicron will not be the last variant we encounter. The virus will continue to evolve. Hopefully, new variants will become progressively milder and more flu-like. But it's also possible that more aggressive and dangerous mutants will turn up, just like Delta did. If that happens, we may have to backtrack and tighten up our restrictions again. We cannot rule this out, even though we hope it will not be necessary. But whatever happens, we now have the knowledge and the means to keep everyone safe. For example, giving everyone another booster jab, or administering an updated vaccine, if necessary. So, please take today's announcements in the right spirit. Resume more normal lives, enjoy larger gatherings of family and friends, go outdoors without masks, or reunite with loved ones abroad. But do not throw all caution to the wind. Each one of us must still play our part. Comply with the revised SMNS. If you feel ill, test yourself. If you test positive, isolate yourself at home. If you test negative and decide to go out, please wear a mask to protect others, even outdoors, just in case. Let us all continue to exercise personal and social responsibility to keep ourselves well, to keep others safe, and to avoid adding to the burden on our healthcare workers. That way, even when new problems arise, we stand a much better chance of keeping things under control and staying on the path to a new normal. We have come a long way in our fight against COVID-19. We are not yet at the finish line, though we are getting closer. Key to our response has been the trust that Singaporeans have placed in your government, in the medical authorities, and in each other. Throughout our journey, we have kept faith and supported one another. This solidarity remains crucial as we tackle fresh challenges ahead. I thank everyone for your continued trust and support. Let us keep it up and see through this pandemic as one united people. Thank you.